Hell no! What's up, my cool dudes? I'm Dylan Dude, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. Unfortunately, I don't have any new decks to show you this week, but I do have an update to my Odd Eyes deck profile, Odd Eyes Magician deck profile, sorry, for the, what's this now, April, post the March 31st ban list. Look, I know that Odd Eyes is getting support in Maximum Crisis, which is only a couple of weeks away, in form of Zark, and I believe the Supreme King Gates are good for this deck, but as far as I know. But anyway, I'm going to go through, show you my current version now, because I'm really not sure when I'm going to get a new deck, so I figured why not show you guys this version now and hopefully get some feedback from you guys so I can improve it with the new cards coming out soon. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm not going to repeat all the same stuff I've gone through in other videos, so I'll just talk about the new stuff. We have still the same of the 3 Odd Eyes and the 1 Mirage. Standard lineup. Some people play 2 Mirage, some people play 2 Odd Eyes, 2 Mirage, or 3 and 2, 3 and 1. It's really up to personal preference. Triple of the Dragonpit Magician, triple Oafdragon Magician. I really need to watch how I'm putting these down. They're the same. Wisdom Eye is back at 2 on the ban list, so I do run double Wisdom Eye. I actually got my second copy a couple of weeks before the ban list dropped, so I already had one to go. I'm so happy I scooped it up because Wisdom Eye is such a good card. It gets any magician you need into your pendulum scale so you can go off on all your pendulum plays. 2 Xiangke, still rock, bump Xiangke Magician up to 2 because I am running Rebellion Dragon in the Odd Eyes Rebellion in this deck now, so having Xiangke at 2 is really good, especially with, as I keep saying, Rebellion, because now I have 2 ways to OTK. I have 2 Odd Eyes Xyz Dragons to OTK with. Next up, I run the 2 bump Dragoncaller up to 2 as well. With Dragoncaller, it's just another way to go off on the plays because both Raging and Rebellion require dragon monsters, and they only get their bonus effects off if it's an Xyz monster. So if I've already used up all my Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragons, I can. So these guys pretty much count as another Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragons, and it's also a low scale. Because with once per turn, Dragoncaller can become a dragon monster until the end of the turn. So if all my Odd Eyes Pendragons are used up, I can just bring Dragoncaller out, use Dragoncaller's effect to make him a dragon, overlay 2 of my other level 7s for Absolute, and use Xiangke so I can overlay Absolute and Dragoncaller, and there we go, instant Rebellion. Or Raging. Still the 1 Nobledragon Magician, just for the tuna monster. I do also run Timebreaker Magician now. With Timebreaker, he basically, when he's Pendulum summoned and no other cards up, his attack becomes double until the end phase of the turn. And I target 1 monster on the field and banish it, both Timebreaker and that card, until the next standby phase. So with Timebreaker, he's just there to get rid of all those problematic monsters that I'm not going to be able to beat over later in the turn. I only run 1 because 1's all I have, and he's really only needed a 1. You barely go into him a lot. So 1 is the perfect number if you do want to run Timebreaker. And the last Magician I run is the still same old Dragonpulse Magician. Anyway, let's move on to the next lineup. I still run the Performapal, same Performapal engine of the Joker, the Lizardraw, the Phoenix, the Unicorn, and the 2 Pen Sorcerers. Because nothing really needs to change with this. If I had to change something, I'd probably take out Dragonpulse for a Turtle. That's probably would be the only change I'd make to the Performapal engine. Next up, I run 3 copies of the Magical Abductor. Really, you only use Magical in my experience, I've only ever used Magical Abductor for its Pendulum ability, because each time a spell card is activated, I can place one spell counter on this card, and once per turn, I can remove 3 spell counters to add a Pendulum monster from my deck to my hand. So Magical Abductor's Pendulum ability pretty much searches out every single other Pendulum monster in the deck, anything I need to go off on my combo plays. And monster effect, I can place each time a spell card is activated, place a spell counter, and a spell resolves. This card gains 100 attack for each spell counter on it. And once per turn, I can remove 3 spell counters to add a 1 level 1 spellcaster monster from my deck to my hand. So its main effect, its monster effect really isn't used because I have no level 1 spellcasters in the deck. Okay, moving on to spells, I run still the same triple Sky Iris, triple Terraforming lineup because you do want to see Sky Iris as much as possible. I bumped Igknight Reload up to 2 because, as you can tell, I am running a lot more monsters in this build. So with Igknight Reload, I can just, it'll help me solve any problems I have with hand consistency by allowing me to draw new cards. One Auto Fusion, I only do play to 1 Vortex now, and a 1 Starving Venom, so I don't run double Vortex anymore. So 1's enough. You summon, most of the time you'll summon Vortex off Absolute's effect anyway, leaving the Fusion so you can summon Fusion Starving Venom later on. Still run 1 Pendulum Call, nothing much has changed, it's just really good search. And finally, for the main deck, I run 2 MSTs just for that back row. I did cut the Royal Decrees down, which was a really hard decision to make, honestly, but they just weren't working for me. Anyway, off to the extra deck. I still run the same. I run 1 Fusions, 1 Vortex, 1 Starving Venom. As I keep saying, I have the Vortex down to 1. It's just room in this extra deck is so tight. It's just so hard to find room for everything. So, and plus these 2 are really the only fusion monsters you need. So we are getting Venom Dragons soon. Not gonna lie, I do want to pick one of them up. Synchros, I run a double Meteorburst Dragon, 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon, and a Nirvana High Paladin. Pretty much still same Synchro lineup, nothing's changed. Nirvana's Pendulum Synchro, Clearwing's just a good generic level 7, and so is Meteorburst is just amazing in any Pendulum deck. So it's just a good generic level 7 Synchro in generals. For XC's rank 4, I still run the 1 Castel, the 1 Dark Rebellion, okay. 1 Trapeze, rank 6's, still run the Utopia Beyond, just if I need to OTK with Beyond, I can. 7's, still the double Absolute and then I run a 1 Rebellion Dragon and a 1 Raging Dragon. I chose Rebellion because it's just another way to OTK. With Raging, it's destroys everything, but with Rebellion, it targets up to 3 cards control. It'll deal 1,000 damage, and it can make 3 attacks. So it's just another way to OTK if I've already used Raging or Rebellion's the better play. And finally, I run 1 number 11 Big Eye to round off the extra deck. Big Eye is just your good generic rank 7 XC's monsters that you always play because it's just so overpowered. Well, not that overpowered, but you guys can catch the drift. Anyway, guys, this is the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed this deck profile, please show your appreciation by smashing that like button down below. Tell me, guys, what do you think I can change about this deck to make it better? And also let me know down below what decks you actually want to see me profile. I'm doing my best to get tons of decks done before the linked stuff comes out, because after then, that metagame's going to be chaos. I'm not looking forward to it, but what can you do? So just leave me any decks, I'll try and get as many done as I can, and until next time, guys, I will catch you later.